Hello! This is Eva Quill. Eva Quill is a patron of mine on Patreon, and we love her very much. And she also happens to be a frequent chatter in the Discord. So if you'd like to meet the now YouTube famous Eva Quill, head on to Discord and check it out. She talks there a lot. She's coming over the world. Why are you doing that? She didn't want me to promote anything, but apparently I decided to promote her presence on Discord. She might not want to talk to you. Check first. I might have done that in error. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm sorry. Alright, so I had a kind of a hectic day today. It wasn't like anything was bad. It was just fast. It's a fast-paced day at a new job that I'm semi-clear on things with, you know. Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a lot of mindless time. Like, I was running an extrusion line that was making shit, and then it would kick the good pieces into a tote, and then I would move them from one tote to another tote. So I had to sit there the whole night packing parts. And it wasn't slow. It wasn't like one piece every 2 or 3 minutes. It was like one piece every half second. So it was fast. And so I was packing shit, and it's a lot of just mindless work, and I just got to thinking. And for whatever reason, you know, I was working hard, I was sweating, you know, and it made me think of the fucking dude in the lol cow thing where he was like, quit begging for people for money on YouTube and get a real job. And I'm like, if only that motherfucker could see me right now. But I was like, I wouldn't want him to have the satisfaction of seeing me work hard, you know what I mean? Fuck that guy. But it also made me think about the person in the forum that said they were a patron of mine and that they didn't like the way I had said to the guy that if he had the fucking talent or ability that I did, that he could make money on YouTube as well. Which is true. If he had the talent and ability that I did, he could get on YouTube and make money. I'm living proof that you only need to have talent at my level and ability at my level, which is whatever the fuck you think it is, but for me it's pretty low. So that's all you need. Just do it. But whatever, and I'm doing both, so he can twice as suck my dick. Whatever. Anyways, but I don't know. The fucking that disturbed me because I was like, it was anonymous. I don't know if it was actually a patron. And when I got on there and used my name, they said, proof or get the fuck out. So I was like, well, proof or get the fuck out. Like, I wanted to say that, but I didn't at the time because I was like, whatever. But, I don't know. It bugged me. And I see a problem therein. Because, I mean, there's two things here. Either, A, it was a patron who had decided that they were going to use that as leverage against me, essentially in an argument. And your $1, $5, $10, whatever donation is greatly appreciated. From the bottom of my heart, greatly appreciated. But you didn't buy me. Like, my principles are worth a hell of a lot more than that. My principles actually do have a price, $5 million. Because at $5 million, I can just fucking do whatever the hell I want. And I don't give a shit at that point. But, you know, anything under that. And no, like, you didn't buy me. My biggest contributor on there didn't buy me. You know, nothing. No. You can't buy me that way. So, if it was a patron, that's kind of disturbing. And I don't want to know who you are. Because, I'll be honest, I'd probably block you. Because I don't want your money. Like, if you're a patron and you think that means that you've bought me in some way, if you're going to throw that at me in an argument, you can keep your money. Like, that's blood money to me. I don't want that. So, Just throwing that out there. But the other option is that it was some anonymous person who figured they'd throw that at me as either a way to get me to slip up or something and be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, and fucking do that, or to maybe make me to who even fucking knows? I don't know. But so that just means that they're liars. So either I have a patron that doesn't deserve to be my patron, or the people on lolcow are literally fucking liars. So who knows? But if I notice any changes, I'll just wink or something. I'll wink. I don't know, something like that. I'll go, lolcow, patron. You know, I don't know. I'll do something to let you guys know. Scratching the nose or some shit. But yeah, it's just, it was a really disturbing thought that I had, unfortunately, very early in the evening. So it was one that I just mulled on the whole night. But I was just like, I don't like that. Either way, that's bad. Bad for me or bad for them. Who knows? But you can't buy me.
What's funny about this idiot's ideology is it's a complete contradiction of their own philosophy. It's really self-centered, egocentric bullshit. Oh, what about us? Me. No, that's not how it works. You have to see both sides of it. Oh, and I'd like to challenge Andy from the Egocast to have a better take on this. Did he already do this video? If he did, I'm sure he was a hell of a lot more calmer than I am. He and I are kind of like yin and yang.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts, dude.
Last week, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, white nationalists, and KKK members held a Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. On Friday night, they marched with torches and chanted the Nazi slogan, blood and soil, along with other racist chants.
Now see, here's where I'm starting to notice it, that it's just like I have a big bias towards Riley, just fucking no matter what. Because here I am about to fucking do this. But I watched that footage over and over and over again when I was fucking piecing that whole thing together. I watched it more times than anybody should ever have to. It felt like I was in one of those scary movies where they make you watch like Nazi stuff for days and then you become a Nazi. Like it felt like that. It didn't work, but it felt like that. And I don't remember them ever saying, Jews will not replace us. It was, you will not replace us. They weren't that specific. I may have been wrong. It was a whole bunch of people chanting, but I didn't hear the hard J. I didn't hear Jews will not replace us. So, whatever. I mean, again, this might be my Riley bias, but it just irked me. It just irked me. I don't even know why the fuck it just irked me. Like, it's such a stupid fucking thing to be planting my flag in, but it just irked the shit out of me.
A group of counter-protesters were there, and they were completely surrounded by the Nazis. On Saturday,
they were they went to the Nazi rally. If I go see Barbershop 3, I expect to be surrounded by black people. Like... They went to the Nazi rally. Shouldn't be surprised they were surrounded by Nazis at the Nazi rally.
The Nazis and the counter-protesters showed up again. This time, the Nazis shouted homophobic things like, fuck you, faggot. Many of them were carrying shields, guns, Confederate flags, and Nazi flags.
Dude, all the more reason to blog about that shit at home. Like, I wouldn't go out there. They all have guns and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they're looking for a fight. If nobody goes to fight them, then they get to yell and scream and then they go home. And nobody reports it, nobody cares, because nothing fucking happened. The fucking news will be Nazis held a rally in Charlottesville and they fucking went home. No. Instead, we got a counter-protest that turned into a fight that wound up with somebody getting killed. I'm not saying give in. I'm saying just don't bother with them. They're bullies. You ignore them long enough, they'll go away. Like, nobody cares. Nobody wants to be involved in their shit. Because it's shit. And we're not those people anymore. We don't give a fuck anymore. You are the only ones that care. Nobody cares. I work amongst all different races. And nobody cares. Like, it's just not the real world. We don't care out there in the real world. It doesn't matter to us. They can yell and scream and we'll go, look at them. And that's it. We don't care. They're not swaying us by going and yelling at a statue. We laugh at them. Like, my God.
Then one of them drove his car into a crowd of counter-protesters.
And seriously, if those counter-protesters would have not been there, or decided to protest anywhere else but right where all the Nazis were, that would have been avoided. They went looking for a fight. You have to be stupid to think that they didn't go looking for a fight. And you have to be doubly stupid to be surprised that you found a fight at the Nazi rally.
Injuring 19 people and killing 1. Heather Heyer was murdered by a Nazi during a Nazi rally as she fought against racism and white supremacy. Immediately afterwards, Trump failed to condemn the Nazis by name. Instead, he blamed the violence on many sides.
It's because there was violence on many sides. Like this attempt to forgive one side in lieu of the beliefs of the other. I don't like it. It's violence. Violence is bad. I don't give a fuck who's doing it or why. It doesn't matter. Violence is always bad. Some violence is justified, but that doesn't make it less bad. It's still violence, and that's bad.
And I've seen a lot of people echoing that sentiment. When you talk about the murder of Heather Heyer, someone pops up and says, what about the violence that Black Lives Matter and anti-fascists have caused? But the problem with that is that it's drawing a false equivalent.
It's violence. There is no false equivalence. It's equivalent across the board. There aren't varying degrees of violence. There are only varying degrees in brutality. Still violence. Like, fucking shit. It's this forgive us for hitting you thing. I don't like it. Why can't we just say violence is bad? Don't do that shit.
Violence is inherent to Nazi ideology. The belief that white people are superior and that they have to take back their country from people of color, that ideology gets people of color killed. There is no way to peacefully be a white supremacist.
Well, I gotta give it to you, Riley. Fair enough. There is no peaceful way to be a white supremacist. That's very true. That's why everybody hates them. Like, that's why we don't like them. That's why their opinions and their fucking speeches and their chants and shit don't sway us. Because we don't care to join their violent fucking horseshit. And those of us who do are fucking assholes. And we don't like them either. So, I don't know what to tell you, Riley. But I don't see the Fourth Reich kicking up anytime soon. Just saying.
The very nature of the ideology is violent and harms people of color. Black Lives Matter, on the other hand, is an organization that states very specifically that its goals are to end violence and discrimination against black people.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what they say they stand for. If they're committing violence, that's bad. Just...
Their official website says, Black Lives Matter is working for a world where black lives are no longer systematically and intentionally targeted for demise. That is
that makes me laugh. That reminds me of, he's gonna be mad at me because I bring this up again. I bring it up all the time because it makes me laugh. It always draws me back to it. Like, somebody in the comments was arguing with me that the Democrats were so awesome and they were doing so many good things. I'm like, what fucking good things are the Democrats doing for citizens? And he sent me the link to the official Democratic platform and said, there, that's all the good things that the Democrats are doing for people. And I'm like, that's their platform. That's what they want to do. And nobody wants half that shit, and the other half's gonna be bad. Like, and most of it's fucking horse shit. So you can't tell me, you can't give me somebody's words and go, look, they're against violence, while I'm sitting watching fucking film of them chanting pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon, and kill cops, and fucking signs that say kill cops, and really? You gotta be kidding me.
Completely antithetical to the purpose of white supremacists. They are not two sides of the same coin.
No, it isn't a coin. It's all bad. There's no coin involved. It's all shit. Fuck. Oh my god. Who the fuck is saying anything about coins in this? They're all assholes.
Nazis believe in white superiority and in the eradication of people of color. Black Lives Matter believes in black people being treated fairly and equally in society.
I don't give a fuck what they believe in. Are they committing violence? If they are, it's bad.
Are there people who commit violence and claim association with Black Lives Matter? Yeah, sometimes. But those people do not represent the organization. They don't act in the values of the Black Lives Matter organization. In any large enough group, someone will commit violence.
Well, I mean, okay, are you talking about all of the people that were walking down the street chanting pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon? Are those all the people that you're disavowing right now? Are you cool with that? Like, or is it just the kids that kidnapped that other poor kid and fucking tortured him, and they wound up getting attached to Black Lives Matter through the news or whatever? Like, fucking, it's either all bad or none of it's bad. You can't go, well, some people did some shit that was violent and wrong, but we don't like them. But other people that we do like still do violent and wrong shit, but it's okay when they do it. No, doesn't work like that.
What matters is if that group's ideology promotes that violence. In 2016, when a black man shot and killed 5 white police officers, the Black Lives Matter movement immediately condemned it and said that they call for an end to violence.
Again, it's what you do, man. It's what you do. You can't seriously walk around with signs that say kill cops, and then when somebody goes out and kill cops, go, we didn't want that to happen. Like, all this just...
But after Heather Heyer was killed, Chris Cantwell, one of the leaders of the Unite the Right rally, said that her murder was justified. In fact,
who gives a fuck with this? He's looking for a fight. Who gives a shit what he says?
In 2014, when 2 police officers were murdered, Cantwell said that their deaths were good news. During the Unite the Right rally, he said, "We are not non-violent. We'll fucking kill these people if we have to." And afterwards, he said, "A lot more people are gonna die before we're done here, frankly."
And that's why I don't give a shit what he has to say about anything. He's a fuckstick. And fuck him. He's an asshole. Why do you think that kind of... You quote that like people are getting all riled up because of it. People are going, ooh, that's good. Like, no, he's an asshole. Fuck him. Why do you give him any thought? Why does anybody give him any thought? Just to fuck him. Gives a shit. You hear about him, you go, yeah, I don't give a shit about that guy. And fucking...
The Black Lives Matter movement has always been nonviolent and has always called for an end to violence.
Yeah, I don't even know how to respond to that.
Beyond who condemns what, though, you can't look past the fact that the goals of white nationalism impede on the rights of other people. They want a white ethno-state.
Yeah, and you can wish in one hand and shit in the other. And then when you're done smearing on your face because you're an asshole and you're not going to get it, you ain't going to get your white ethno-state. Quit begging. We don't care. We like our black people. We like our Latino people. We like our Asian people. We like people. Those of us in the world that like people, we like people. And we don't give a fuck what the hell they look like. So you take your white ethno-state and go fucking figure out your own little island to have it on, because you ain't going to have it everywhere. No.
That means forcibly deporting or killing millions of people of color. They quite literally advocate genocide. There's no way to do that peacefully.
Fucking A. There isn't. And fuck them. Why do you think the message is so good? Why do you think people are getting swayed by that? I mean, you see a whole bunch of... That's all of them, man. They all went to Charlottesville. All of them. Like... You can't have 1,000 people somewhere and just be like... Oh, God.
However, you can easily, peacefully advocate for an end to violence against black people.
Yeah, you can. Martin Luther King used to do it. Did it all the time. And violence broke out, but then it was quickly quashed. Like... But you can't... You can't not do something and then tell me about how it can be done. Prove it.
Which is what Black Lives Matter fights for. And in regards to anti-fascists, they're harder to pin down because they're not an organization with leaders like Black Lives Matter.
Harder to pin down, or harder to grab that really good quote for? Is that what it is? You can't find a really good Antifa quote?
But I will say this. Violence against fascists is not the same as violence used by fascists.
For somebody to actually, really be a fascist, they have to have power over you. They have to be able in some way to control a portion of your life. These fucking people, Richard Spencer and the other fucking asshole that you're talking to, these people have no power. We don't care. Our military doesn't give a shit. Our president doesn't like it. So, they're not fascists. They can call themselves fascists. You can call them fascists. But a fascist has to actually try to oppress somebody. And the only people that I've seen actually try and oppress somebody is Antifa. And Black Lives Matter. Now, the assholes went out and did their march. But they went and did their march. They didn't bust into libraries or anything like that and disrupt shit. They were just disruptive in the streets. And I'm sure people knew a bunch of Nazis coming to town. So everybody that was good people locked their doors and didn't go to the fucking carnival that day. But all the people that went looking for fights, went looking for fights. And it was on all sides that people went looking for fights. And I don't give a shit the reason why you went looking for a fight. You went looking for a fight. And that's bad.
Anti-fascism is not fascism.
Fuck, somebody needs to make one of those like little double picture memes of whoever, I think Winston Churchill or whoever it was that said the new fascism will be called anti-fascism, with Riley that says fascism is not, or anti-fascism is not fascism. Fucking piece of shit.
The thing is, we can all agree that not all violence is equal. That's why.
No. We can't all agree at that one. I'm sorry. I won't even agree to disagree. You're wrong. Like, you're... No.
Why we have laws that allow for self-defense. Sometimes violence is not justified. Sometimes it is. I think that's something most people agree on.
Now we're talking about justifications. That justification doesn't add a varied shade to violence. It doesn't make it different in some way. It makes it justified. But That's the only unjustified violence and justified violence. And justified violence is only justified if somebody's attacking you, not if somebody says something to you. Like, I don't know if I like where this is going.
Someone tries to kill you and the only way you can protect yourself is to be violent towards them. You have every right to do so. Now,
very true. Where are we going with this?
it's easy to see in an individual scenario. If someone pulls a gun on you, you can feel justified fighting back. But on a large-scale societal level, that violence against you can be as simple as calling for your eradication. You can
No. 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 No, 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 no.
can argue all day that words are not violence, but the Holocaust didn't pop up out of nowhere. It started with words.
Oh God, no. No, 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 no.
It started with the vilification of certain marginalized groups, and then it grew. The marketplace of ideas has already proven that it can fail spectacularly. If you let people preach their genocidal bullshit as if it's normal and acceptable, they will grow.
No. 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 The message isn't that good. I'm sorry, Riley. You and Steve both had the same belief that the message is so goddamn good that if only people hear it, they're all gonna become racist. No. No. No!
The people of Nazi Germany who let the Holocaust happen were not inherently more bigoted than any Americans are today. They
I don't even know where to begin with that. From what I understand, the greater portion of the populace had no idea what was going on. That's from what I've read. And so pretty much, like, they didn't let it happen. The people that let it happen were the people that knew about what was going on. I hope that's just what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about, like, everybody in... A lot of people didn't fucking know. The army was shocked to death when they fucking saw what they saw when they finally got into one of those camps. Like, not everybody knew. It wasn't like that.
were just swayed by convincing rhetoric. People today still have the ability to be swayed by fascist rhetoric, and that leads to mass violence. So in terms of large-scale societal violence, fighting fascism is self-defense.
Those people were held under an actual like those fascists had power, right? Like they had the power to do that shit. Those assholes don't have that power. Like this isn't that time period. This is not even close. We're not that. No. Shit like that there will never be a mass genocide of people in America. It's not gonna happen. You can't convince people of that. And there's no way to hide it. No way. It is not the same time period. It isn't even close to the same fucking situation. There is zero comparison to Nazi Germany. And really?
It is violence, but it is violence meant to protect marginalized people. Committing violence against someone because they are black or Jewish or Muslim or Mexican or trans or gay or whatever, that is unacceptable and prejudiced. But committing violence against
white people, that's fine. As long as it's against white people, that's fine.
Someone to stop them from committing violence against a marginalized group, that's justified. There may be violence on both sides, but you really need to look at why.
Riley. I don't even know. Like, I know she's not going to get in trouble for this. But she should get in trouble for this. Like, she should get in trouble for this. Because you can't do this. What she's doing, you can't do this.
For another individual example, let's say a man was beating his wife every day for years. One day she hits back and she tries to run away, but he calls the police. So the police arrive and he says, "Look, she hit me. She committed violence against me too. This isn't one-sided."
What in the fuck? Did you... I don't even know what that has to do with anything.
Obviously, that's fucked up and doesn't account for the scope of the violence or the reasoning behind it. He is the one in the wrong, not her.
Yeah. Because that's self-defense. Because he was hitting her. She hit him back. That's not... What he did was wrong because he was hitting her. That is not the situation. If your husband yells at you every day and then you hit him, that would be a lot more accurate, Riley.
On a societal level, we have to be aware of that as well. You'd have to be willfully ignorant to believe that Nazi rhetoric does not lead to nor incite violence in any way. The ideology itself calls for violence.
It does. And only the people looking for a fight follow that shit. Peaceful people don't bother with it. Because we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to get hurt. That's why there was only like 1,000 or so people there. A couple thousand, who even fucking knows. As opposed to hundreds of thousands. Because you pretty much got them all.
We've seen it evolve into mass violence already not that long ago. Some survivors of the Holocaust are still alive today, and I don't think you can tell them that Nazi rhetoric is just harmless words.
Dude, honestly, I would love for you to sit down with a Holocaust survivor and tell them what you think happened. I think that would be a big eye-opener for you, Riley.
Now, violence against fascists and Nazis might be illegal, but what's legal is not always what's right.
Okay. We're done. That's it. Nope. No more. Nope. 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 We're not going to be promoting vigilantism on my channel. Nope. 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 Sorry, Riley. You're not getting me in trouble. No. No, we're not gonna do that. Sorry. Holy shit. Like, she should get in trouble for that, right? Like, I'm not gonna flag it. I'm not telling anybody else to flag it. I don't know, though. That really treads the line. Like, telling people that it's okay to just go and fucking start attacking people. Because you don't like them. Yeah, no. That's a big no-no. You can't really do that. You shouldn't be able to do that. I can't believe that video's been up for this long. I am fucking shocked and stunned. Holy shit.
Bye.